You can share it, just go tap the shoulders, like, hey guys, this is what you need to do, it's fine, don't worry, I am without a bias right now. But speaking without bias, we are getting into potential match point here between OG Esports and Twisted Minds. This could be it, but day 2, game number 1.
Yeah, this one is going to be pretty much it. I mean, Twisted Minds, they need to find a way to claw themselves back into this series. Is this draft, the Nakaruru, the last pick, is it going to be enough to find and invade and make things difficult from OG because they have not been able to do it?
Well, time to find out, boys, as we head on to the potential final game of the first series of the day between OG Esports on towards the blue side and Twisted Minds on towards the red side here. Will OG seal the deal with a 3-0 clean victory, or will Twisted Minds come back strong in this game number 3? Casters, take it away.
Only time will take it away here for the side of OG Esports or Twisted Minds. Do they decide to get a point onto the board, or is OG going to have that dominant fashion that we've seen in KMW?
It really comes back to this Dao Neza, right? He's able to go, but KIC getting a little low himself.
Ooh, gets level 2. He's able to maybe play a finesse here onto the 90. 90 cannot get to level 2, but gets the heal come through.
Yeah, and I mean, that was very, very close. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Flashes being expended left and right, but that level up was quite fortuitous for KIC in the sense that, like, he actually pushed back 90 on that one.
Fortuitous, it was a lifeline. If he didn't get that level 2, he would have got taken down.
Yeah, definitely down on that one. But again, it looks like 90 is going to make his way still around in the top lane. Wen is going to be there as well. And we were wondering if Wen would just kind of babysit Dao. It looks like he just wants to get KIC going.
Exactly, get that space bright, right? I mean, that was probably the good thing about getting 90 down so low, is the fact that he can just kind of have a little bit more of a leeway of that top side of the map here as well. But obviously those at home, if you are in game and you haven't quite looked at that, you can get a Baichi skin for 1 token for that. That's better than the price of free.
Yeah, well, no, actually it's not, but yeah, I actually just got that skin today, so I'm actually quite proud of that. I love that skin.
It's a very nice skin, especially if it's just 1 token as well, right? Commemorate 11-11 on this one on Honor of Kings, but into the top side of the map is going to be 90, going up against KIC as well as Clean. He's going to get the re-engage, but Nakaruru not quite getting that passive stack and getting the damage off.
Oh, absolute maximum, right? Just getting tremendous value. KIC just understanding the limits of his own hero, yes, and being able to stay alive. He did that without flash, but he got under, tower. He was fine. Needs to be careful of 90, but it looks like, no blood was blood was spilled, but no kills happened.
No kills happened, and I think that's going to be a clear point here for the side of OG Esports, right? They haven't been quite contested into the early game just yet within this series, but that could all turn around. But we are seeing what we were talking about in the draft, right? Dao when just being a buddying system, making sure that the wave clear is a little bit faster for the boys on blue.
At the same way, Twisted Minds, they need to have a better early game, right?
Yeah.
They want to get this going because OG has gotten the better of them thus far in this series. They haven't really been able to they don't really make too many mistakes, right? So Twisted Minds, if they have that lead, you're creating control and taking over the game.
It's like, you put it beautifully there. Obviously, if you're playing at this level, you're really relying on those mistakes of your enemy team, right? Like,
True.
If you can see that and you can open it up, that could be the potential of the win condition here. But KIC taking a lot of damage, has to go over the wall there, forces the flash as well. Once again, they are putting so much pressure onto last game's MVP.
Yeah, and Twisted Minds right now, they're committing quite a bit to potentially get first blood onto KIC. And the fact that he's able to circumvent that, staying alive, now you have guys that are rotating, not getting any, you're basically who've been wasting their time.
Exactly, yeah, you're taking a lot of gold away from the fact that you are rotating, you're not getting any kills, and that's going to ultimately bleed into the potential takedown of Clean later on, right? He's really trying to contest Dao here. The XP-wise, Clean is ahead.
Yeah, Hailong actually flashes forward, try to go for the kill, but in the top lane.
Top die in the map again, all trying to go full front on KIC, but now it's going to be Dao coming in, trying to save his buddy in the top side of the map. The Annihilation just misses out onto Clean, but Dao is here to stay. Can he get the kill onto Yang Jian as well? He's like, you know what? We got Clean, it's all good.
Yeah, not going to be possible in that one. And he's just being able to stay alive, but KIC going down is going to be a huge win for Twisted Mind, getting that first blood, but it's all about the Tyrant now.
Yeah, exactly. Clean still only just come back onto the Gorge here as well, so this is going to be a freebie for the side of OG Esports. Another Dao in sight.
Yeah, not in sight, but the fact that they've taken the neutral here, I think that they're going to be very happy with that. Twisted Minds, on the other hand, I mean, let's check out this replay in terms of how things went. KIC getting a little bit low, fighting 1 versus 2. Things were looking bad, and then Dao coming in like a hero, not able to save the girl in Charlotte, but he was able to get the revenge kill on the Clean.
Yeah, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Dao with Nurser to the face onto the side of Twisted Mind.
Yeah, he was able to take that one out. I mean, just making that... I mean, the return kill is the biggest thing, right?
Yes.
KIC, unfortunately for him, he did fall, but not all was lost in vain.
Not all was lost, but I feel like it is pretty a big blunder here, and especially a good place for Dao to create that space of that gold lead, right? Like, he's only a 200 gold behind Clean now because he was able to take him off the gorge.
Yeah, taking them off and just slowing him down. That's like the biggest thing, right? And Clean, again, has that early game lead of that spike, if you will, so not great for Twisted Mind.
No, exactly, yeah. The Tyrant being taken there, going over to OG Esports. Can Twisted Minds try and go for the Overlord at this point, or try and get the pressure down to the bot side of the map, make it a little bit harder for OG's on to actually get online or contest without any kind of danger?
Yeah, and looking at the, when you're seeing some of those annihilations that are flying by, Wen hasn't really been on point. I mean, it's still not as much damage as you would want in the early game, but still, it's a little worrying because I'm just like, if he's missing him now, what about later?
Maybe that's what he's trying to lull them into a false sense of security. Maybe he's like, you know what? Hey, this guy's pretty bad at landing those ultimates, and then all of a sudden he becomes a pro sniper. Yeah,
he's waiting for that, just baiting it out. I think that it'd probably be better just to hit them and maybe make them fear them more than anything else.
We all got our own ways of dealing with things. It looks like you and Wen are on opposite scales here, but he's on the stage, we're on the desk. But right now, it's looking like a very tied game, right? Obviously, Twisted Mind's able to get a kill onto the board very early, but this pressure that's being created by the side of OG Esports into these side lanes is something that Twisted Minds has to check.
I don't really like it how Twisted Minds just gave that one up for free, right?
Yeah.
You want to just kind of potentially contest, because you're slowing things down. Yes, they're just T1s, it's not the end of the world, but it's still a situation where, like, hey, if you're giving towers for free, you're going to be putting yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah, if anyone knows a British person, they know they love a freebie, but that's going to be a free kill going up to the side of Shanks as well. But now, it's going to be KIC trying to take down the Twilight here, but now Dao comes through, gets the kill. Emergence from Wen is just going to be a little bit of a bait and switch, but can he land an annihilation? That could be devastating, but no, it's just OG Esports claiming those 2 kills.
Oh, the clash life. I mean, KIC was thinking, I need a retreat to just stay alive, but Dao was like, no, stay there, keep him in line so that I can get the kill, and KIC's like, yes, boss, and he sacrifices his own life for Dao.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the captain now. You got MVP last game, it's my turn this time around. I want MVP now, Dao. But no, it's going to be a good formulation here for the side of OG Esports. Twisted Minds, I think, did a lot of collateral damage, damage control there with that last interaction.
Yeah, and taking this one out. I mean, the lead is still in favor of OG, but it's only about 600 gold, not the end of the world. But look at how Twisted Minds are kind of rotating. They're not really taking towers. I mean, yes, they have the bottom T1, but still, I would feel like if you're grouping up, you're looking to get some sort of siege going.
Yeah, some kind of siege, maybe some kind of team fight that's going to go into the favor of Twisted Minds here, but the first Overlord does go over to the side of Twisted Minds. So a little bit of a Hail Mary here, but can they keep alive that Azure Golem? And the answer for that one is no.
Yeah, not possible in this one. I mean, look at Twisted Minds. Like, we were thinking that Clean would be a little bit more aggressive, but we really haven't seen him too much. He's been kind of off the map. Now he's being aggressive.
Now he's being very aggressive with that level lead against KIC here. Can he get that damage off? But now it's going to be Yang and 90 coming into the backline. They are able to get the takedown and potentially get that T1 as well. That's looking like a good start here for the side of Twisted Minds.
Great start, but it's at the 8-minute mark, which is a little kind of like, is it too late at this point? I mean, they have a bit of a lead, which is going to be fine for them, but Twisted Minds, again, you want to be making those plays. You want, with this Nakaruru, you want to be aggressive.
They're just going for the wizard approach on the side of Twisted Minds, right? They're just like, hey, we arrive exactly and precisely when we need to. Like, there's no timer here for the side of Twisted Minds, but is that going to be the unorthodox approach here that's going to get them through this best of 5 with the T1 into the mid lane being tested here on the side of OG Esports. Dao gets taken down into the backline, too much damage, and lovely, crucial crowd control there from City Boy.
Wow, okay, that seemed a little, Dao was a little over-aggressive, just getting a little out of position on that one, and Twisted Minds making them pay, and that's going to be a great start for them, really, because kind of, it's about the little things. So whatever sort of advantage you get, and it's got about a 1.2k net worth lead. Twisted Minds is in uncharted territories thus far.
Twisted Mind's able to take back an Azure Golem that was stolen away from them moments ago as well. But I mean, we saw in that team fight that KIC was completely like absent away from that one, right? He was just talking down to the bot side of the map. He's giving the intel over to the side of OG Esports, saying, hey, look, Azure Golem's onto the side of the enemy team. Can you get that Skyfall onto me? But it's a little bit too quick and clean here from the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, but Twisted Minds, understanding that they do have that advantage. Let's be aggressive. Yeah. Let's force things out. I mean, let OG play our style, but OG, the way that they've moved, the counter movements, and securing their own buffs, very smart, because again, they don't want to give up too much to Twisted Minds.
Speaking of giving up much, we're giving a lot over to Arn as well now. Is like, obviously, we are literally relying on this Flowborn marksman to do a lot of damage into the late game, but now we're getting into that 10-minute mark. Shadow objectives are onto the Gorge. Do OG look to try and take this?
Yeah, I think OG will. And look at how Twisted Minds are like, oh, we're just giving this one up. We're going to take the Overlord ourselves, so we'll equalize on that one. But this is the 10-minute one, the Shadow Overlord for both sides. When with the Annihilation a little late.
A little late, but I mean, he was just like, you know what? I'm going to do a shoot in the dark. Let's see if I get this one. If I get it, it's a bonus. If not, then it doesn't matter. But it's going to be the Vanguard right now.
Yeah, you got to believe, man. You got to be like, oh, I'm going to get the steal. I'm going to definitely take this one out with this Annihilation. You got to get, you got to be positive.
You're going to have the anime fist in the air moment, right? But obviously, OG's legacy continues. OG's debut squad is turning heads and toppling expectations since the start of the year. KIC2025, their next great breakthrough. Dream OG.
Yeah, we're going to have to find out. That would be amazing, but OG,
oh,
we're going to go in.
Speaking of dreams, that could have been a dream for them to take down 90, but weren't able to quite get the positioning in place.
Weren't able to get too much, but they have to defend. I mean, the Vanguards are all crashing in at this point. The Shadow Vanguard, a bit of an issue at this bottom lane. The bottom T2 being taken out. The Twisted Minds, yeah, they kind of baited them out a bit. They were out of position, and the structural damage is on point.
Yeah, I mean, being able to kind of like claim and save some of these T2s is going to be a saving grace here for the side of OG Esports, because something they haven't done just yet onto the side of Twisted Minds board is the fact that they haven't taken a single turret in that second tier territory.
Yeah, they have not taken that one. And OG, again, they're playing defensive, but how did they bounce back? They're down about, 1.7 at this point, but they haven't found Twisted Minds really getting out of position to kind of take advantage of the Neza Skyfall.
Yeah, speaking of position, you can see here KIC is just kind of stalking in the back line of his team, right? Like, he's making sure that nobody's going to try and get a bit of a flank, maybe try and get the push here. 90 trying to get the hide onto the Arn here on OG Esports, but a lot of damage onto 90. Clean, having to clean the minion wave.
Yeah, just he's not hit that critical mass yet. No. He does have a lead. He's up 2K over Dao. And Clean, welcome to the show. Welcome to the match, because it's like the first time he's really taken advantage of his, his play thus far.
Oh, absolutely. He's taken advantage. He's definitely playing this one very well, both Clean as well as 90. 90, I don't feel like he's been caught out too often, right? He's currently got the most kills onto the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, 90's just on point. The Yangjian will always be kind of strong, annoying to deal with as well. I mean, he's 3-1-0, so he's doing his part, but he's just gotten the better of KIC in that top lane in terms of those kills. But, KIC actually has the net worth lead.
He does have the net worth lead, but is it going to be enough to actually get him into these team fights? Because the past few team fights, he has been pretty absent, right? Like, we need you in here, KIC. We need you taking out this backline, especially HIGHLIGHTS onto this Lady Gen.
But I like the way KIC plays. I mean, it's one thing to be a Clash laner or be like that secondary support where you're looking to kind of get those team fights and stuns going. But KIC is actually thinking, if I farm, I can do much more. I can get to the back line. I can actually, dare I say, carry this game as well.
I mean, he was MVP last game, so he still has the carry potential, right? I mean, into the back line, trying to get the hit onto Shanks. Shanks is pretty low. Diving in. It's going to be the Skyfall onto Shanks. Can they get a little bit more here on the side of OG Esports? We see Arn doing a lot of damage onto 90. Into the back line is going to be KIC getting taken down by Clean.
Yeah, but it started with KIC. Once he dove in, Dao secondary with that Skyfall, ensuring that they did that damage, got the burst, taking down Shanks. A huge win for them, opening things up. They take the mid T2.
Yeah, great use of the emergence there as well, right? Like, they weren't stepping into unknown territory. Emergence gave them the insight that they needed to know where Clean was.
Yeah, and look at how Clean is pushing in the bottom. Now he's going to be caught out.
Yeah, he has a star breaker, but there's too much damage onto the side of OG Esports. Clean gets taken down as the next neutral objective comes online, but now 90 is online. Gets a takedown onto Wen, gets a takedown onto Arn. Damage for the side of OG is not here.
Yeah, Yanjian, just, I mean, if you guys are unfamiliar with this hero for the viewers back home, it can do everything, right? As a Clash laner, starting to kind of really hit that point where he's able to do so much damage, and he's so tanky as well. When and on, no answers, they both go down.
Yeah, that's going to be the Shadow Tyrant going over to the side. Our Twisted Minds there for those at home getting confused by that lower third. But it's now going to be a chance of a dispense here whilst we wait for the damage to come back online for OG Esports.
Yeah, and 90 actually might have taken that one because Dowdow didn't actually have his smite, so he's got both of the buffs as well. He's going to walk away, and 90's like, I'm the jungler now.
Yes, he is the jungler now and the captain now, exactly that. But I mean, Twisted Minds, you have to give them props, right? They are creating this opportunity for themselves.
Yeah, you need to be a little bit clean, right? If things are not working well, Shanks hasn't had the greatest of time. I mean, he's only 400 gold behind on, but I mean, he's an Agudo at the end of the day, right? It's not always about being that traditional farm laner where you're able to blow people up. Somebody really needs to do that damage, and you've got 90 and Clean. Both of those guys are looking to just farm and be that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to try and get the lockdown onto Arn as well, right? Like, if you can land Verbal onto the backline of Arn and then just gives, like, even 90 or Clean the go-ahead to try and get the dive on.
Yeah. But now OG, on the other hand, they're down about 2K. It seems like the movements of Twisted Minds right now, even taking this Overlord, has been, you know, a Twisted Minds game. And so OG right now playing very reactively.
Very reactive indeed, right? They need to make sure that it's playing to their own strength. They don't want to lose another solid team fight into their favor here. KIC trying to get the intel from his team. The Skyfall into the backline onto Shanks here, but the damage is not quite coming through. But Highland gets taken down, so that is going to be one of the outputs here. But 19 to the backline, tries to get a takedown onto Arn, and is successful. Damage dealer for damage dealer. Can either team get some more?
Oh, it looked like Dowdow was fighting 1 versus 4, and then all of a sudden KIC just going in, ensuring that they secure that kill. But 90 on the back, he was trying to do what he could with his Heaven and Earth mode. It just was not enough. And now with that 2-for-1 trade in favor of OG, things are looking quite good for OG to get back in.
I mean, we say in favor, but I mean, Wen is going to be the reliant force of damage, right? Like, if they can now get Wen next, and you can see here that Twisted Minds still have that Shadow Vanguard to be placed down. Now they're dropping top side of the map here to put the pressure on of one of the weaker lanes of OG Esports. Means that they're not going to formulate around a lane and try and siege through to the enemy's crystal.
Yeah, smart, right? Because they knew that Clean was going to be in the bottom lane. He's going to be able to push you. Plus, you have the rest of the Twisted Minds in that mid lane.
Yeah.
So again, it's pressure on all of the lanes.
Yeah, I don't like Arn here. He's kind of like venturing a little bit too far for my liking. He has nobody not near him, and we know that Nakaruru is down to that bottom side of the map as well. But still, maybe stalking. The production is creating atmosphere here with the Fog of War on the mini-map.
Yeah, I'm getting tense, right? Let's get that off. But it looks like it's potentially going in.
Oh, they were trying to go in there. Obviously, they do have the Sage Sanctuary on the side of Twisted Minds Clean as well. So they don't want to overcommit into the backline here. They just want to make sure they get enough damage onto these high ground turrets.
Yeah, and they're not able to do too much. I mean, it's going to do a little structural damage, but it's not going to be taken in the end. So OG right now, again, finding ways to just like hold the line, just like slow it down as much as possible. Let us get to the Tempest Dragon.
It seems that way, right? They definitely want to get all the way to Tempest once again, because Twisted Minds now, I would have to say, they're in the position of power, right? They definitely have the gold lead going for them. They have all the itemization right now that they do need. And the positioning has been good in these team fights. Yeah,
it has been great in that sense, right? But now it looks like this Shadow Tyrant, one of the last ones before we get that Tempest Dragon here, but are they going to actually commit for this?
They may commit indeed. Let's see what happens now. Obviously, Tempest Dragon here can be coming in soon in around about 1 minute and 40 seconds. But Dowdow into the back line onto Shanks again. But they are still shredding him through. Too much damage for Dowdow to contest. The Blood Rage comes through. But 90 is now putting pressure onto Muchin. The takedown is coming through. Annihilation's starting to hit. Clean goes down. 90 goes down. OG coming through with a double kill. Wen now takes down Highland. Shanks as well. It is a City Boy on the run. Minions coming through mid, looking to clean. Game number 3. OG, they throw up the 3-0. They claim it and they take it here from Twisted Minds.
blink and you might have missed it, right? Just like that, Twisted Minds were in the advantage. They had an edge on this one. Things were looking good for them. But in the end, OG with that team fight and the way